It's a weeknight and you have the TV on, maybe with Twitch, YouTube, or reruns on in the background, but you're looking for something to do that's not your phone. That's us here at Only Nugs, somewhat regularly, except sometimes we toss in light competitive spirit by playing board games made for two. Hi, I'm Allie, and this is Seven Wonders Duel, a board game based on the popular and highly awarded Seven Wonders and redesigned for exactly two people. This is a great game to put on the table when you're looking for a speedy two-player game as a way to pass time. Setup is fairly quick, taking less than 5 minutes once you get the gist of it, and each game takes between 15 to 30 minutes to complete. If light competition is not your thing, this might be one to skip in favor of a friendly co-op game. But if you're a romantic couple or a platonic duo who enjoy some light evening banter and trash talking, this one might be for you. What you need to know first and foremost about Seven Wonders Duel is that you and your opponent are trying to build the best civilization that you can. You do this by each picking cards back and forth to earn money, establish military dominance, make scientific discoveries, and develop your city. These are building cards, and each building card has a color which denotes the type of building. It also has a cost on the upper left side and an effect at the top. So if I were to take this card, I'd pay 3 coins to construct this building in my city. And in the future, stones will cost me 1 coin to produce. Some cards have no cost, but they do have an effect. So for instance, I can construct this building for free and gain this effect. You can win the game in one of 3 ways. First, by having military supremacy, which can happen at any point in time. 2, having scientific supremacy, which can also happen at any point in time in the game. Or 3, by having the most victory points by the end of all 3 ages. Now, let's set the table and go through gameplay. Place the board on your table with a conflict pawn at the center space. Then place the military tokens on the second and third zones from the center of the board. Shuffle or mix up your green scientific progress tokens, then take 5 of them and place them face up on the top green section of your board. Then give each player 7 coins from the bank. Then designate who player 1 is. This matters for the next step. Take your 12 wonder cards, these are the large yellow cards, and shuffle them. Then take 4 of these cards from the deck and place them face up. Player 1 chooses the first card. Then player 2 is going to choose the next 2 wonders, and player 1 takes the remaining wonder. Do this again, taking 4 cards from the deck and placing them face up. This time, player 2 takes the first wonder, player 1 takes the next 2, then player 2 takes the remaining wonder. Now each player should have 4 wonders. Next, we shuffle all of the cards separately. Shuffle your age 1 cards, then pull off the top 3 cards and return it to the box. Then shuffle your age 2 cards, pulling off the top 3 cards and returning those to the box. Then shuffle your age 3 cards, pulling off the top 3 cards and taking 3 random purple guild cards marked with a G and shuffle these into your age 3 deck. Now set your age 2 and age 3 cards to the side and take your age 1 cards and set your pyramid according to the instructions. It should look something like this. If that looks good, we're ready to play. Player 1 starts. Pick a card from the pyramid. Only cards that are not covered by another card can be selected, so even partially covered cards are not available for the taking. When you take a card, you can do one of 3 things with it. You can construct a building, discard it for coins, or construct a wonder. To construct a building, you need to pay the cost of the construction, which is on the left side of the card. If there's no cost, you can construct the building for free. If you already have the buildings that give you the resources here, you can construct it without paying any additional cost since your city already produces that resource. If you don't have the materials to construct the building, you can choose to pay 2 coins plus however many symbols your opponent owns for that resource. So for example, if Sally has 2 bricks and I have none, but but I want to buy a brick, I now have to pay 4 coins to obtain brick. But of course, if she doesn't have any bricks, I would only pay 2 coins. If you have yellow card buildings, it will tell you how much you need to pay for that resource. So here, I would pay 1 coin to create 1 brick. So 2, discarding the card for coins. If you need money, you can draft a card and choose to discard it for 2 coins plus the number of yellow cards in your city. So if you have 2 yellow cards in your city, by choosing to discard this card, you can get 4 coins from the bank. The third thing you can do when you pick a card is construct a wonder. Any card drafted from the pyramid can be used to construct a wonder, but you'll need to already have the required resources to construct this wonder. So here, if I have all the required resources, I can take this card and use it to denote the construction of my wonder. When you construct a wonder, the effects on the right side of the card take place. So with this card, you would immediately get 12 coins and the ability to take another turn. It should be noted that only 7 wonders can be constructed in a game. So once the 7th is constructed, the 8th wonder is returned to the box. Each player goes back and forth making one of those 3 decisions on their turn until all of the cards in Age 1 are gone. Then set up Age 2 according to the instructions. The person with the weaker military position, so the person who has the conflict pawn on their side of the board, gets to decide who goes first in Age 2. You go through Age 2 exactly the same as Age 1. Each turn, you make a decision to either construct a building, discard the card for money, or construct a wonder. At the end of Age 2, set up Age 3, and again, the person with the weaker military position gets to decide who goes first. As mentioned before, there are 3 win conditions: military supremacy, scientific supremacy, or number of victory points. Let's talk military supremacy. When you construct a red card, you get to move the number of spaces denoted at the top of the effects section. So in this case, if I were to construct this red building, I get to move 1 space on the conflict board. When you enter a new zone, an effect goes into play. So in this case, the victim loses these amounts of coins and the aggressor gains victory points. If you move it to the end of the board, you automatically win. Another way to win is with scientific supremacy. If you get 6 different scientific tokens, you immediately win no matter what age it is. If you ever get matching scientific tokens, you get to pick one of these fancy green progress tokens at the top of the board. These grant you potentially powerful advantages. For instance, this one allows you to move 1 more space towards your enemy per red card effect from here on out. Lastly, if you make it to the end of Age 3 without anyone winning by military or scientific supremacy, then you tally up all of your victory points and the person with the most points wins. Here's how our last 5 games shook out. So a few things to note: it's also helpful to organize your cards by color, keeping your gray and brown resources together. This can help you quickly figure out any effects that affect building types. So for example, this card gets you 1 coin per yellow card that you own. And these cards grant you, the person constructing this building, 1 coin per card in the city with the most of this color. At the end of the game, having this card also grants you, the holder, 1 victory point for every yellow card in the city with the most yellow cards. Yeah, that pretty much covers the gist of 7 Wonders Duel. If you still feel like you're confused, I would suggest trying to play as much of the game as you understand it, and things will start to unravel and reveal itself as you play more. I would say that even after 5 games, we were still looking up some clarification on symbols in the legend and instructions, so I would feel that's pretty normal for people not to memorize everything coming out of the game. And if you're someone who feels like you need official guardrails, there is a 7 Wonders Duel app that's available in the App Store for about $5. You really can't go wrong playing against a computer. It will tell you what you can and can't do, so that is an option. Overall, we really enjoy playing 7 Wonders Duel together for some light competition and passing the time throughout the week. If you enjoyed this video, you can always support me for free by liking, commenting, or subscribing to this channel. As always, thanks for tuning in.